Hello bass family and welcome to Everything Bass. I was kind of demonstrating the theme of today's lesson, which is in response to questions I get for players going, hey, I really enjoy the slap grooves, but to be able to make my own, I got to know why you're choosing the notes you're choosing, not rhythmically but melodically. What are those notes? Why? So I thought I would open up this conversation with one of my favorite combos to do, which is over a dominant 7th chord. If you hear this track, the chord is an E dominant 7th chord played on my piccolo bass. And with an E dominant 7th chord, you've got a root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, minor 7, and an octave, and you get this sound. That has a major 3rd, but one of my favorite things to slap over that is to not play a scale with a major 3rd, but play a scale with a minor 3rd. And you might be going, wait, doesn't that break all the rules? Won't that cause a tear in the fabric of time and space and all life on earth will end as we know it? No, because I've been doing it a long time and we're still here. And a lot of players do it. It's not my invention. I learned it by learning Stanley Clarke parts and I realized, oh, he's using Dorian. So why does that work? Well, if you listen to this and I play a G sharp, which is the major 3rd, that's very happy. That's very bubblegummy. But the minor 3rd, the G to the E resolution, creates kind of a cool vibe. Now, why does that work? Well, there's a lot of dissonance in a dominant chord. And what I mean by that is the chord is a unresolved chord. It wants to move somewhere. So part of that is found between the interval of the major 3rd and the minor 7 is a tritone, which is a diminished 5th interval. That is really wavery. I don't know if you can hear that. Wah, 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 wah. We put the root in there. That unsettledness is like a rapids. And if you have rapids going along, where there's a lot of dissonance in the chord, and there's all this movement in the water, and you throw something in that's different, it's not noticed as much because you have all this tension, and then we throw in a note outside of the chord. It doesn't hang out there as ugly because it's blending in with all that dissonance, and it creates this cool vibe. Now, if we had a chord that's ultimately resolved, like just a pure major chord, this is a D major chord, and I tried to put a minor 3rd on that, which would be the F, it's gonna sound ugly and really stick out there because a resolved chord is like a slow moving pond or something, or I shouldn't say moving pond, but a pond where the water's still. Now we put a note that's outside of the chord into that pond, and everyone can see it. People across the shore can go, oh, a fish jumped or something, because they see the disturbance. That's sonically what happens when we have a resolved chord and we add a note that doesn't belong to the chord or is even outside of the key of the chord. We can get a lot of dissonance. It's very noticeable. So that's why on a dominant chord we can play a minor 3rd. Now, there's a lot of options. Sometimes I'll slap minor pentatonic, but today I want to talk specifically about the Dorian scale. If you're unfamiliar with the Dorian mode, I'm not going to go in too much detail on it because I did a video for that. And you can actually go to my channel or search Modes 2, the Dorian, just Modes 2 Dorian. And if you do that, you'll find a video where I talk about this. All right, so in the intro, I was using E Dorian over an E dominant chord. And one of my favorite kind of fingering patterns I play with is I start with the open, then I go the F sharp, which is the 2, the minor 3rd G. I slide up, do the A, B. Now here's the color tone that why I choose Dorian. It's for the major 6. I love that major 6 to minor 7 sound. So the C sharp to the D. So my fingering so far is, you know, I will make I haven't done it yet. I will make a neck diagram for that fingering and throw it on the Patreon page. So if you want to get that and you're a paid subscriber, just go down to the description, click on the link to Patreon. You'll be taken there. I invite you to become a paid subscriber. It's just $8 a month, but that gives you access to all of my videos, not $8 per video, to every video up there. $8 a month you can download. And in this case, if you want to see this graphically printed out, put it in your lesson binder, you can do that. But this fingering is very, very useful for me in my slapping. So let's go over it again. I'll count frets and give you strings. So on the E string, you're going to go open, 2nd, 3rd, shift up, play 5th, 7th. Now go to the A string, 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 4th fret on the D string, 5th fret, 7th fret. I like to slide up with my pinky. Now I'm on the 9th fret of the D string. Go to the G string, play 6, 7, and octave. And sometimes I'll throw in the 11th fret and the 12th fret, which is the major second, minor third. Now, let me improvise around that so you can see how I'm using it. So here we go. There's so much you can do there, and I think you'll like it if you can experiment with that minor third tension against the dominant chord, resolving down to the root, or you can just resolve up to the 5th. Sometimes I'll do that. Anyway, I really find this a real tasty scale. And this isn't limited, by the way, to slap only. If you're just into fingerstyle playing, do the same thing. You know, learn that fingering, at least that fingering. You can come up with your own, but I know sometimes it's helpful if you have some place to start, and then you can tweak it. And you know, you might not want to play this part. You might want to go, then just come up and play the Dorian pattern you know from 1 octave. I mean, it's up to you. And you should do them all, really. But try playing just fingerstyle stuff, you know, and just. And just mess around, just play with it. If possible, record yourself, even on your cell phone, and go back and listen to it, and listen to what you like, what you don't like, what you like. Go back and make sure you remember how to play it, maybe write it down, or record yourself playing it. And those are great ways to farm really good ideas that are uniquely yours. So that's my slap suggestion for today. How to use the Dorian mode to slap over a dominant chord and create really tasty bass lines. It's one of my favorites. I use it all the time. Do you have questions, or do you have comments? Maybe against dominant chords, you like to slap a different scale. Share it, man. Because yeah, sometimes I'll use minor pentatonic, sometimes I use blues, but maybe there's something else. Maybe you're one of those guys that likes to slap Phrygian over it. Be real tense with that minor second. But anyway, a lot of cool things you can do. Let's get the conversation rolling in the comments below. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Do me a big solid if you could just subscribe to the channel, like, share it, do all those things. Hit the little the bell icon and be notified when I upload new videos. All those things, if you could do that for me, it really helps grow the channel so that more things become capable or possible for us in the future. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you at the next video.